Hello, welcome back. The beginning of the week. We have Monday, lovely Monday, the 28th of May. My goodness. So I hope everyone's doing really well. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. It was very cruisy. Met up with a friend that I have never met before, someone I've known online for nearly 20 years. So that was pretty cool. Hey, Kazzy. Hi, Lois. Welcome. Okay, today, this is Cheryl Anderson here. You know Cheryl. Today's chat is, have you heard of the Bechdel test, or Bechdel? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. It's to do with ratings of movies, like do they meet a certain criteria in regards to the females in it or written into it, or, like that are in the movies or TV at all. I came across this purely by accident, but when I saw it, I thought it really made me stop in my tracks and think about it. I've known about objectification of women and the commodification of women in TV, magazines, movies, music videos. I mean, the list goes on. Advertising, and it's been going on for a long time. I find it abhorrent, as anyone who knows me knows that it's something that has to change. It's so absolutely warped and out of balance. And for a modern society that we think we are, these ridiculous old notions and ideas are well past their use-by date, and they should have been gone ages ago. However, the world is changing, and you can't change everything overnight. It's small steps, incremental steps by lots of people. And it's like I've referred to the Me Too movement, which is by all means making strides like we've never seen before within, the film and television industry, but also it's spreading out. It's not just film and television. I mean, this has a reach across all businesses now. And it's popping its head up here and there. A lot of men aren't understanding it, and not because they don't want to. It's simply we have been trained to, believe certain things or to not question certain things. It's, we're herd animals, basically. And television has been programming our brains since it came out. That was the main reason for television. Now, the Bechdel test is to rate a movie if it actually passes 3 criteria. Now, in the meantime, there was one more added, which isn't reflected on the webpage, their webpage, which I put the, hi Robert, I've put the address in the description, so you can go to their page and have a look and see for yourself. And every movie that either meets the criteria or doesn't is listed on the same page. You can submit movies or TV series or stuff like that yourself if you think it either meets it or it doesn't meet that criteria. Now, the Bechdel test, let's just say that's how you pronounce it for now, right? Unless someone can tell me it's different. Number 1 in the Bechdel test is a movie or TV has to have at least 2 women in it. All right. Number 2, who they talk to each other about. Number 3, about something besides a man. All right. So have at least 2 women in a movie who talk to each other about something besides a man. And number 4 was that the woman should have a name. All right. I mean, if she's going to be in it, it's not like she's just the lady at the gas station, who hands someone their change. That's not the characters that we're talking about here. Now, so when I started to look into this, and I looked at all the movies that didn't make the cut, and I was really surprised. I'd not ever thought about how misrepresented or how biased or warped or unbalanced our gender representation was within the movie industry, with the TV and movie industry. And then I started to look at things, and think, okay, yeah, wow, that's so true. Now, that's fine. I mean, I'd not thought about it. Like I said, I understand, and I have seen, and I'm annoyed and really pissed off at the objectification of women. To assume women are there simply as an object to do, be, and say whatever is pleasing to somebody else, whether it's authentic and agreeable to themselves. This just pisses me off to the max. And I'm not the only one. And it's not just females either. There's a lot of men that are fed up, just like women are fed up with this poor treatment that we're given as women. And again, I would pose this question because there's a lot of guys don't get it. A lot of guys don't understand what it's like to live in this world as a female. It's okay. I've asked a few friends, male friends. I asked them this one question and I watch their face when it sinks in and then they have to answer it. I asked them, is there anywhere that you, how do I word it? Is there anywhere that you can't go or you won't go because you don't feel safe because of your gender? Now, that's not the exact way I asked it earlier on, but just, because for women, there's plenty of places we just don't go or won't go purely because we know we're not safe there, just simply because of our gender, because of having, we are as a woman, we have vagina, we have breasts. Suddenly this becomes like, to some men, see it as a traveling playground. Now, if men think about this, imagine as a man, you can't go places because you're not safe in your gender being there. Now, there's places on this planet I would love to travel to, but you would not get me there, not in a million, simply because I'm a woman. I would not go. I know I would not be safe. Now, I think most men that aren't total assholes would get that. They would go, oh my God, I never thought about that. Wow. And in that one question to them and in that one lot of thought, their thoughts that follow on from that, any normal man can start to build a picture or an understanding at least of what we women are talking about. And it's not just some unfair treatment or there's some silly stuff women are carrying on about, and it's really not the gist of this. I'm talking about safety. I'm talking about how we're portrayed, how we're seen as a whole, and how we're not taken seriously on a lot of levels. I've just started watching the third lot of Lost in Space. Now, the first was a series back in the late 60s, I believe. I loved the thing. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Then out came the movie, maybe another movie, maybe 8 years ago, with Matt LeBlanc in it, out of Friends. And now Netflix has done a series of Lost in Space, but a modern take. And it's fantastic because they've rewritten all the characters in a way, like Dr. Smith's not a man, it's a woman. The robot doesn't look like the regular robot, But it wasn't last night. I was watching it, and I'm about to the 7th or 8th episode. And I realised what a really absolutely stellar, strong cast of women are in this. The main character, Maureen Robinson, is just, instead of the stereotypical little wifey, and the husband's I'm the, I'll be the hero and I'll get us through the danger. Bit Errol Flynn-ish. No. And it's not like they're trying hard either to make, a token strong women's role. Not by a long shot. In fact, I think it's possibly one of the best female represented yet well written scripts or shows that I've seen in a long time. And I would suggest you watch it simply for that. I mean, it's fantastic. It's good acting. I think it's been cast well. But it goes to what I was saying about how women are represented on the medium that we all look at, like television, anything with a screen, a phone, a tablet, a computer, a TV. So what happens is that's all screwed and warped. So what happens is women in real life, we're the ones that get to put up with the poor behaviour that comes from men not knowing and treating us unfairly, really badly. Or, here's another thing. Women who don't realise they're doing it, but they condone the behaviour or what's being said by making a joke of it, or, oh, stupid me, or, just things that instead of realising that they're adding to the insults by joking about a lot of things. Well, some women, big busty women, have to continually hear about their boobs. It gets really wearing. Mine used to be gigantic when I was younger. And I saw more tops of heads than I think I saw of faces of men. All right. Now, I understand men like the female form. I get that. That's fine. You can like it without, being rude, or touching it without being invited, or, having an opinion or saying something rude, or when you should just button your bloody lip and shut up. So some women say that the big boobs, they get used to having to shrug it off and either laugh with it or make a joke, or, this is just an example. There's plenty of other situations where we shouldn't have to make a joke about it. It shouldn't be that way. And I would like for all women to take stock and realise if someone's being rude, they're being rude. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to get angry and, and run at them or hit them with a verbal tirade or anything like that. You can simply say, I don't appreciate what you're saying. I don't like how I feel. I don't like how this makes me feel. I think your words are inappropriate. You don't need to go on and on. You don't even need to say any more than that. If they come back at you, they will try to defend themselves and defend their actions. And that's up to them. But you don't have to say another thing. Not another thing. You let them say what they want. Don't enter into it. All you had to do is say, I don't like the way you treat me. I don't like those words, or don't touch me. If I haven't, given you any say-so that you can touch me. So there's a, bit of a double whammy. I think, women, it's okay. I'm giving you the okay to not put up with this shit. It's shit. And no one deserves this. I tell you what, if it was turned around and men were copping this, they would have, I don't know, something, armies, or yet they would be all up in arms and affronted about it. Well, you know what? I'm affronted. And plenty of women are affronted too. And I'm here to say, you're allowed to speak up, and you should. There are times, okay, I understand, there are times when it's not safe, or shutting your mouth is the safe way to go. I've been there. So no, not every time is, honesty, telling someone your honesty going to work. What I'm saying is the times when you can, then do. Because it's not just for you. This is about, we put our foot down. There was a thing done in Africa. It's a little thing going around, a little video. It's on Facebook right now about, they went into schools and they were teaching the young boys that it's not okay to rape girls. Mind you, the rate of rape dropped around 50%. And that's obviously just whatever stats they get at the police station. Lots of them don't even speak up. But a lot of boys were under the misunderstanding that if a girl was out late, or if they wore lipstick, if they were walking on their own, that made them prey, that it was okay to go and rape them because of those ideas they had in their head. Now, if these school kids can go through, I can't remember if it went for weeks or, hey, fire, how you doing? I'm not sure how long it went for. It was in schools. They're doing it in schools all across, wherever it is, Africa. Now, these boys, once they realise that, no, you can't just be touching women. No, you can't rape girls. It's wrong. They understood, well, let's say 50% or enough of them understood that it starts to put a stop to this. Hi, beautiful girl, back at you. So it's just education, like we've all been at a point in our life where we knew something and then we learned a bit more and then we knew better. We all do it. And it's about being patient. When we're learning, when we're educating ourselves or we're educating others, we need to be patient because every single one of us has a way that we take things in, at a speed that we can take them in the volume that we can take them in, as in the amount of information. But if we don't stand up and start to put a stop to how we're treated in public, we can't go and start changing every movie that's ever been made. We can't change all of those sorts of things. But what we can do is we change how we are in our lives and what we won't tolerate. Or if we see somebody else, another woman wanting to stick up for herself, or you can see she's uncomfortable in a situation, what's to stop you just simply walking over and standing right beside her without saying a thing, or standing beside her and maybe saying something on her behalf, if it would be safe. I'm not saying do that all the time, but I'm saying don't stay on the sidelines all the time. There are times that we have the opportunity to speak up, both men and women, but this is more for women. And we have to do it because, one, you're going to feel a whole lot better when you just simply state what you need to state. That's it. Don't enter into an argument. It's not about the argument. It's simply about stating that you don't like the treatment or you don't like the words or you don't like what's going on. And that's it. And people, men, they'll get their egos jump up and down and they want to be right or whatever. That's fine. As they learn, they will do better. They will get better. So stick up for each other. And if you hear a girl talking herself down or putting shit on herself because, she doesn't know any better, help her to know better and tell her, hey, girl, you're speaking really negatively about yourself and you don't have to. There's nothing negative about you. So don't talk yourself down. You're here to be brilliant. You're here to be a creator. Women are creators. We make life. We're born to make life. Yes, not every woman does, but that's what we're designed to do. We are creators. So there's this very fine balance, We're not Xena warrior princess all the time, although you spark up someone enough, a woman enough, and she can become that. However, it's not necessarily our nature to be that. But over the years, women have learned they had to stand up for themselves and they had to put their foot down. The treatment was just not good. I mean, different women, different treatment. So the Bechdel test, I think, is quite telling. You're going to go off now, you're going to look at all the movies when you remember it and go, is this a good representation for me or is it not? And, it's us. We're the power. The people have the power. It's like, when we decide that we're not going to go see a film and we blacklist it, bang, that's powerful. We can add weight to things by our numbers. So take it on board. Again, it's something to teach your children. Hey, did you know about movies? Did you know there's this thing called the Bechdel test or Bechdel, or I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it still. And pass this on. It's just knowledge. That's what I'm about. That's what I think we're all about. Just knowing a bit more. So then we can stretch and our reach is a bit further and we make a better world, a fairer world for everybody. And that's all it is. So thank you for viewing in today on this lovely Monday. I hope you've enjoyed the topic. And like I said, I put the link in the description. Well, it's one. It's one when it's live and then it's down there afterwards. So thank you again for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please share. I also send all of my live videos across over to my YouTube channel. So it's a lot easier to find them. Whereas because I'm doing them from my personal page, they're not so easy to find for whatever reason, why Facebook loves to do that. However, pop on over there, subscribe, and what happens is you'll be alerted each time I upload a new video, which is, my lives are, here we go, Monday and Friday each week at 1 p.m. Brisbane time, which is UTC +10. So I look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Take care, and I've got a bit of news coming up on Friday. And I'll keep it a bit of a secret for now. There's other things coming. Alrighty, thank you everybody. Take care. Have a really wonderful week ahead. Be good, be kind, and be patient. See ya.